The Ukrainian conflict and the threat of total nuclear war. Be careful what you wish for. The peril of escalation. The Ukrainian conflict and the threat of total nuclear war. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has not only devastated the region but also threatens global stability. The West, driven by interests that often seem contrary to global peace, has played a significant role in exacerbating this crisis. The involvement of influential financial entities, such as the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, has further complicated matters, leading to the loss of over 600,000 Ukrainian and Russian lives. This situation underscores the grave dangers of the conflict spiraling into a full-blown nuclear war, which could spell the end of humanity. The military-industrial complex and its interests. The influence of powerful financial entities on global conflicts cannot be understated. The military-industrial complex, with ties to families like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, has historically thrived on war. These entities wield significant power, often prioritizing their financial gains over global peace and stability. The Ukrainian conflict, seen through this lens, becomes a part of a larger, more sinister game where the primary victims are the innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. The illusion of safety. These powerful elites often operate under the illusion that they can protect themselves from the chaos they help create. The idea of seeking refuge in bunkers, much like Hitler's supposed escape to the South Pole, highlights a dangerous misconception. In the event of a nuclear war, no bunker can guarantee safety. The catastrophic consequences of nuclear conflict would transcend borders, affecting every corner of the globe. The fallout from such a war would lead to unprecedented destruction, rendering any perceived safe haven useless. The risk of nuclear escalation. Fortunately, the current Russian leadership, under President Vladimir Putin, has shown more restraint than might be expected from a figure like Dmitry Medvedev. However, the situation remains precarious. The continuous use of Ukraine as a proxy battleground by the United States, particularly for missile attacks on Russia, risks provoking a severe response. The delicate balance of power could easily tip, leading to an immediate escalation into nuclear conflict. The possibility of this scenario is not far-fetched and could materialize if the provocations continue unchecked. The human cost. The ongoing war has already claimed a staggering number of lives, with over 600,000 Ukrainians and Russians dead. This human cost is a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the devastating impact on families and communities. Escalating this conflict to a nuclear level would multiply this tragedy exponentially. The immediate effects of a nuclear strike would be catastrophic, with countless lives lost in an instant. The long-term effects, including radiation sickness, genetic mutations, and environmental destruction, would linger for generations, making vast areas of the planet uninhabitable. Global implications. A nuclear war would have far-reaching consequences beyond the immediate war zone. The global economy would collapse, leading to widespread poverty and famine. The environmental impact would be devastating, with nuclear winter scenarios potentially blocking out the sun and drastically reducing global temperatures. This would disrupt agricultural production, leading to food shortages and mass starvation. The social and political fabric of nations would be torn apart, resulting in widespread chaos and anarchy. A call for caution. There is a Turkish saying, "Those who fall on their own don't cry," which is akin to the adage, "Be careful what you wish for." This wisdom is particularly relevant in the context of the Ukrainian conflict. The parties involved must recognize the grave dangers of their actions and the potential for a catastrophic escalation. It is imperative to prioritize diplomacy and peaceful resolution over military aggression and financial interests. Conclusion. The escalation of the war in Ukraine into a total nuclear war represents one of the gravest threats to humanity. The role of powerful financial entities and the illusion of safety in bunkers highlight the dangerous misconceptions driving this conflict. The human cost is already immense, and the global implications of a nuclear war would be catastrophic. It is crucial for the global community to heed the warnings of history and work towards a peaceful resolution. The future of humanity depends on our ability to avoid the horrors of nuclear conflict and to prioritize the well-being of all people over the interests of a powerful few.